Still standing despite trunks blackened by the flames of fires in recent years, the 1,000-year-old giant sequoias in California's national parks are dying on the spot. To ensure their survival, scientists are proposing planting lab-grown seedlings to kickstart the return of these trees. Giant sequoias are adapted to fire, but they're adapted to a fire that we did not see here. We've never replanted in this way for giant sequoias, explains Andrew Bishop, restoration ecologist at Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Parks.
On why this might survive is just the basic idea that we but
That's okay.
I think having seed leaves are browning already.
Yeah, these are. Yep. The longer one. But so these likely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the needles in this tree were killed by heat. So some clumps of living green needles. Whether it'll live, it's really hard to say. One of it is it has almost nothing that it has to keep alive. Yeah. Those other trees had a whole bunch. Five thimbleberries though.
Influences there too, but just to show, wow, this one is huge, and some can be as small as my knee, and be the same. So what do we have here? All right, so this is a giant sequoia seedling. This would be a seedling that germinated last year, the first year after the KMP complex fire. The ones we just passed on the way in. It's a little bit of a mix, and it's that kind of that. Okay. Are we seeing germination or regeneration comparative to? Because giant sequoias are adapted to fire, but they're adapted to a fire that we did not see here. What we saw here was the result of years, more than a century, of fire suppression combined with climate change. And what we're seeing from the natural regeneration that is here, while there is some, there's not a clear indication that there is enough. And the critical concern is we are standing in the middle of an area, a 400-acre block of high severity fire, and so we have no living reproductive giant sequoias. But in terms of coming in after wildfire, we've never replanted in this way for giant sequoias, and the critical reason is because of that high severity fire at this scale.
So we're proposing to possibly replant here in Redwood Mountain Grove because the fire behavior that we had is well outside what these trees are adapted to. And we don't see the numbers of seedlings here that we expect and think are needed to regrow a sequoia forest. I mean that we've already affected this wilderness area. It's not nature doing its own thing without people, and it's had a result here that if we do not intervene, we will lose this portions of this forest, we think. That's our estimation. They're the largest non-clonal organism on Earth, so they grow really large. They're very old. They're about 3,000 years old. And those two things help people relate to them. So they are spokes trees for the forest. When you see a